Hey, it's Tanya here. How you doing? I've been wanting to try this for a while, so I thought, well, let's try it together. Most of us have these circle cutters, but they're very flimsy and they're losing their shape. They don't give a nice circle anymore. So I thought, why not? Let's change it into an organic shape. I recently bought myself some new cutters. Hopefully they work a bit better. I haven't used them at all yet, but I think they should keep their shape a bit better. So I can now change these and make them organic. So I started with the two smaller ones to give that slight organic shape, if you can see what I mean there. So I think that should be pretty cool, and I'll show you how I did it and how I went about. So let me aim the camera down and let's give it a bash. Okay, I hope the camera's in the right place. Yep. So what I did is I drew some organic shapes which I quite like, and I've just made them the same sort of size and just smaller, because they're not going to be the exact size anyway. And then what I did is I took my round shape and I literally made like rounded corners where my rounded corners are here. So I've done the two. So let's try another one here. So it's roughly like this. And here's a corner. As you can see, here's a corner here. So what I'm going to do is roughly just bend it that way a bit, but not too sharp. I don't want a sharp corner. I actually want it soft, like a soft round organic shape, as you can see over here. So I go into that corner roughly, and then I don't want it to be like a triangle, so it's definitely off center. So now my next sharp point is about here. So I more or less take the piece about there, bend it a bit. So it's a little bit sharp at the moment, okay? So I've done those two, and then there's another one at this side, which, as you can see, it's about over here, so it's off center, and then I just bend that slightly. So now I can just work it a bit, bend them, okay? So they are a little bit pointy right now, and then I just work it and then round these edges a bit. So I have a rounded organic shape, but not with sharp points. And there you go. So I'm going to have like organic shapes inside each other. Let's do the same with the big one. So the big one, here's the point. I go towards that point just softly. You want a soft rounded edge. Then I go to where my other rounded point is, which is about there. Let's round it over there. And then my other rounded point, as you can see, is about here. So I would like just bend it a bit like that. So now I've got three, like a triangle, and now I would like soften the edges. Okay, so you want them soft now. I'll work it more after the video so it's a bit better, but this gives you a rough idea of what I want. So now I have got 4 organic shape pieces, which would actually make perfect like nesting bowls or plates. So I think that'll be pretty cool. So let's give it a bash. I prepared a piece of clay, and we'll try it for the first time together. I haven't tried it myself. So let me get my clay. Here's my piece of clay. Okay, I've got that ready. So let's just cut out the organic shapes and see, before I press anything, let's see if it all fits in. I hope so. Wow, how's that? There you go. So let's just cut them. Okay, so we can take the edge off. Okay, so I've got now 4 little organic shapes, right? So let's take them all out of the pieces. So as you can see, quite cute actually. That's small. I would never probably use one that small to make a little bowl, but while I'm doing all the shapes, I might as well do all of them, right? So here I have my 4 shapes. Okay, so what I would do now, okay, I'd clean it up, you know, with your sponge like you do, okay, which I'm not going to do exactly now. And I would turn them all upside down, and I would get my name stamp. I would do that now at the bottom. Before I do anything else, I would just like press my name, 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 name. And now what we would do is something very easy, which we've all done before, is take the sponge, a piece of foam, simple as that, turn it so that your name's down. Okay, I'm doing them all at once now because it's hopefully for a quick video, right? And then I would take my little, I don't even know what you call these, but like a half moon. It's a mushroom, but I know there's a name for it. I can't think of it offhand. And I would just push it in, and I have a nice little round shape. So I would do that. Push it in. It says like a little organic plate. Okay, then I've got a bigger one. These are those molds that we did where we covered them with stocking. Okay, and then I would just do that roughly in the center. Beautiful little shape. And I've got one that's a bit bigger that I've covered in stockings. The good old stockings, what we use them for now, right? And there. So that gives you little organic shapes. How cool is that? No work needed. It's a quick exercise. And then, okay, they're a little bit soft right now, but once they're done enough, like soften the edges, you will have some little organic nesting plates. Like I say, that's a bit small, but it's ridiculous. But it gives you an idea. And now I can use my cutters, and I've purposely made them out of shape into a nice organic shape. And they will still fit inside each other, but differently. I actually quite like that. I'm very happy how those have come out, so I probably will play quite a bit with those. And then I've got my circle ones that I can use for circles. Well, I hope that made sense, and I hope you learned a little something from it. And let's keep playing, and let's see what you do with your cookie cutters. Thanks for watching. Cheers, bye. Well, I hope you found that helpful. I hope you're enjoying the videos that I'm sharing and all the tips I'm bringing with me. Continue to follow, continue to like, continue to comment, subscribe, because then you don't miss out. I don't want you missing out on anything, because I'm sharing things in the studio that I haven't had on Facebook yet. They're brand new. I'm busy doing things as I'm in the studio, and I'm thinking, oh, I should share that, and I'm just sharing it just randomly as I go, or I'm sharing longer videos of a process of something I'm doing. So follow along. I don't think you'll miss out. You won't be sorry. I promise. Thank you for the support, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.